Now you had spent 2 bouts in the tent city.
I spent January. I got another probation violation for not having a travel permit in May, and that was in May. The temps were very, very hot. It was above 130 degrees and very, very hot. And that probation violation, they sentenced me to 30 days. I got out after hiring an attorney for over $10,000, and I got out because the probation officer left a voice message on my answer machine, and it was admissible in court. So I spent 8 undeserved days in jail.
Did you think your life was going sort of in a whirlwind? You just couldn't understand it?
It was awful. And I felt like I was being picked on. They were out to get me. My friends and my family. My parents moved out to Phoenix. But I wasn't just the only one being picked on. They do this to everybody.
This is still going on, isn't it?
This is still going on. This has been going on for years. I happen to be lucky that I had friends and family and a motor vehicle to help me with my daughter, who's 7 years old at the time, 8 and 9 going through this. People that didn't have the luxury of some finances and help. Their offspring and their families, how to get around town, how to be at 3 and 4 places at the same time. They end up right back in Tent City.
One of the things that you were able to do at some point, though, is you went back into court. How did that come about?
I did go back into court a couple times. I tried to fight this, and I couldn't get off probation. I continued. I did another 2 months in Durango inside. I kept trying to get through probation in Phoenix, Arizona is literally impossible. I was going to have to go back to do my original sentence, which was 3 years in prison. I fought and fought to get a new judge. I had the article that I was telling you about.
Right, there was an article written about you in what newspaper?
It was in the Weekly World News. I had done some modeling back in Los Angeles, and Michael Forsythe was a writer, and he did I think it was 4 articles. He did a 2-spot, a 2-part article that went in, and I got the media attention. The 3rd article went to Janet Napolitano. She was the governor. And hundreds of letters poured in to the governor. I was honored a new judge at this time from Michael McVeigh, who was the toughest judge. I was not getting anywhere with this judge. I was honored new probation officer, and I wrote memo and memo and memo. Finally, he looked at my case, and I was let off probation early. And
did they ever expunge your record, though?
They expunged my record.
Okay, so basically you're whole again, except for the trauma you went through.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things, though, that this is when you decided to write a book then about this experience? And,
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us where you started.
I started because I had fought the system so hard. You know, I worked so hard constantly, writing memos to the judge, fighting and fighting. I never gave up. And my friends and family. And I had all the paperwork, just stacks and stacks of paperwork. And you know, you never get your life back. I was never going to get my tennis career, my house. I was never going to get. How do you get back your career that you lost after 25 years of teaching tennis and jump back up to a $200,000 job? And I did decide to write the screenplay to tell the world what can happen. It can happen to anybody like you in Phoenix, Arizona. I was naive. Phoenix, Arizona is not like any other state in the United States. They have their own set of rules. And if you are naive, you can wind up in the same boat as me.
Originally, you're from Michigan.
I'm from Michigan.
You moved out there. I just wanted to let our viewers let us know that. And early in your career, one of the things that may have helped you is you worked for Merv Griffin.
I did work for Merv Griffin. I had my internship on his show.
Okay, So you did develop some contacts that might help you get this movie made?
Yes, I have a lot of contacts in the business. I had Sony Pictures is interested in doing the movie. Still, I've met with Michael Moore. I did have Reese Witherspoon that was interested for a while. I have people out in New York. I have people in LA. I have a movie producer right now.
So, just so everyone knows, though, I want to just go over it a little bit and tell people where you're going to be on Sunday, because that's the important thing. So Alison Hicks, who is the author of a book called Backspin, which tells about her unceremonious jailing in Phoenix in a tent prison, which has gotten national publicity because that sheriff is being investigated by the United States Department of Justice. She is going to be at Barnes & Noble in East Lansing, which is on Grand River, this Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m., right?
Yeah, 2 to 4 p.m.
Great. And you're going to tell your story there again.
Yes, I am.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
And check the Mitten Lit blog for details.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We'll also be on mittenlit.com.
Want to join us, Josh?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're going to
Josh will be taking your chair.
Okay.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is the cover of the book. It shows 3 people walking out to their place in the sun, so to speak, which is in Phoenix. Thank you, Alison.
Thanks.
I appreciate it much, and I'm glad things have changed.
Thank you.